What is up, YouTube? It's RSMario here, and something interesting is happening today. So it looks like Pokemon Scarlet and Violet is leaking big time. Now people are I'm gonna temper your expectations a little bit, because people are like, oh my god, the entire game is leaking, there's spoilers everywhere. Like it's not that bad, okay? The leaks I've seen have been pretty big, but it's not like, you know, oh, the whole game's out there type of leaks. This reminds me of when the demo for Sun and Moon came out, and we got some information from that. That's what this feels like. And more than likely, the way they're getting this information is probably from a beta. I guarantee you there was some sort of beta test that went out for this game and behind closed doors, and then somebody's leaking this stuff from the beta. Because now, I said yesterday that they were getting information from the new trailer, but this is a way more information than you would get from a trailer, okay? But we're going to get into this. There's a lot about new Pokemon, the gimmick. But of course, if you want to continue getting videos from me, because this coverage might be multiple videos, if anything else comes out over the next 24 hours or whatever, I'll definitely make another video. But if you want to continue getting videos from me, like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell button, do all that stuff that YouTube requires you to do to continue getting videos from me. Comment, tell me what you think, because of course, I need those comments for the channel to grow. Unless you just want to see me die, you know, want to see my channel die, you know, that's cool too, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, so let's get on into this. Alright, so we got a lot to cover here. So I'm going to start off with the kind of more, the Q&A that the leaker Kaka had, which Kaka is actually another language, in another language is so it's really interesting that we're getting a lot of from Mr. you know, but hopefully it's leaks and it's not actually just But yeah, so it should be pretty interesting. I'm gonna start off with the Q&A from him. I'm gonna go on to some more rapid fire stuff from Twitter. Then I'm gonna talk about the new Pokemon and the gimmick. Now there are timestamps in the description and in the comment down below if you want to skip to wherever you want to talk about. This way you can just get to what you want to see. All right, so let's get on into this. So all right. So first off is what he answered yes to. So yes, Miss Drevis is in the game. Yes, there is a Flamingo Pokemon, which I'm going to show you later. And the gimmick is for all Pokemon. So basically, every Pokemon in the game can you can use the gimmick on all the Pokemon. And I'm gonna get into the gimmick a little bit later. So the thing he said no to was Toucannon is not in the game. Thank God, that Pokemon is trash. No new Dodrio form, which that's sad. You know what I'm saying? I like Dodrio. No new Dodrio form, but I think he's probably in the game. Legendaries don't have 5 forms, so that was a weird rumor that people were saying that Miraidon and Kiraidon had 5 different forms. I was like, where the hell did you find that? How did you get to that conclusion? Fuecoco does not look like a snake. Thank the Lord, because that was a big rumor. I was like, snake Pokemon are very hit and miss. Like, they haven't made a really good snake Pokemon since, like, Seviper. You know, like, the other one, Snivy, was just kind of goofy looking. Like, his final evolution was kind of mid. Let's see. Lugia and Ho-Ho do not have new forms, which that's kind of expected. Frufro is not in this game. So Frufro is the poodle Pokemon from like generation 5 or 6, something like that. Dunsparce's evolution does not fly. This wasn't part of the Q&A, but I'm sure if anyone posted about it since his account has been fully gone now. Oh, so basically he said that Dunsparce's evolution does not fly, but it gets an evolution though, that's the big thing. So things he were unsure about. Basically, he's unsure about the Pokemon count. Basically, how many new Pokemon. This is something that Q was talking about, I believe yesterday. he disputed the rumor that there was 130 new Pokemon in the game. That was always kind of an estimate. I think most people just said it was 100 plus. 130 is a very specific number. I don't think anybody actually said that number. Unsure if Quaxly's evolution fights with its legs. Okay, as long as it's fighting, I don't care. As long as it's water fighting, unsure about Fortress's evolution. So Fortress may be getting an evolution in the game. Unsure about the map size relative to Sword and Shield or Legends Arceus. Unsure if third legendary is a dragon type, which I wouldn't be surprised if it is, because I mean it would match the other two. And if they're really going with time in this game, you know, one is past, one is future, the third one is the present. Unsure if you can evolve Ursaring, Stantler, or Skyther into their Legends Arceus evolutions. More than likely, you probably can. If they're going with a time travel gimmick or a time gimmick, more than likely, they will probably allow you to use the Hisuian forms. Unsure if the needing move from Sprigatito's description on the website is a signature move. But why wouldn't it be though? I mean, would he get 2 signature moves? Like, unsure about Sprigatito's hidden ability. Okay, and so he said that the champion is female. Well, he was asked if the champion is female, and the person says half yes and half no. So I take that to mean that they're going to be different champions for different games. So in like Scarlet is going to be a female, and Violet is probably going to be a male, or vice versa. More stuff. Okay, so Rotom is in the game. Not all the Hisuian forms are in the game. Wombat is not in the game, but who cares? The red-haired rival is a girl. So now this is the person that I thought was a gym leader, and I thought that she had like I think she has a scarf on the back of her head, but it could be two-tone hair, kind of like the Fire Emblem character that also has the Pepsi hair. So maybe that could be something we could be dealing with there. But that character is supposedly one of your rivals in the game. More than likely, she's going to be a rival, and then you also get a rival of like whatever the opposite sex person that you didn't pick. Sunflora's in the game. We already saw that from the trailer. Gudra's in the game. There's an Eevee sub quest that Eevee fans will enjoy. No new fossil Pokemon is in the game. I highly doubt this. I kind of doubt this very seriously. Especially with that big cave area that we saw. I wouldn't be surprised if you don't get the fossil Pokemon or the fossil from that area. Okay, Murkrow is in the game. The regional dex is more than 400. So the regional dex is basically all the Pokemon that you can catch in that region before beating the game. So there's 400 Pokemon supposedly in the game before beating the game. Now the thing is, I don't think that they could really confirm that unless they have a full build of the game, and I don't think anybody has a full build of the game yet. So that's the thing that's getting me with all these rumors. Is everybody gonna go off this as gospel truth, but this may not be the entire game. I mean, because there are probably parts of the game that are still in development. Remember, it's freaking July. The game comes out in November. You know what I'm saying? Now, if this was like, you know, September, you know what I'm saying? I could be like, yeah, they probably got the full game. But July? Come on now. You know what I'm saying? But, yeah, so no other gen starters are in the game. So actually, I believe we heard this from somebody else a while back, that no starters were going to be in the game from the previous generations. But more than likely, you'll be able to port them over from Pokemon Home. You know what I'm saying? No Mega Evolution, which that kind of sucks. I was kind of hoping that at least Megas would be in the game because of the vicinity that this would have to Kalos, seeing as though France and Spain are right next to each other in real life. But it is what it is. So Sprigatito's evolution. So this thing actually is flipped. So you're supposed to look at the image like this, and it's supposed to be a preview of Sprigatito's evolution, which GG's to all you Sprigatito fans, because that joke look like trash. So, Fuecoco's final evolution is similar to an alligator, which I think everybody kind of expected that. There is a new Dolphin Pokemon, finally. Alright, something I thought would never happen, because dolphins in Japan have a very sketchy past, and Japan just does not like dolphins. So this one is something that has been disputed. So some people have been saying that there are 4 pseudo legends in the game. Now I find that kind of unlikely, because pseudo legends are supposed to be some of the strongest Pokemon that you can catch that aren't legends. Like pseudo legends are like Tyranitar, Salamence, Goodra, Dragonite, Arcanine, you know what I'm saying? Those type of Pokemon. And you usually get like 2 of them in the game, you know what I'm saying? So, I mean, unless they're going to do 2 per game, I think this is wrong. And other people actually think it's wrong too, because Centro's actually disputed this and said that there are 4 legends in the game, not 4 pseudo legends. So, kind of like a legendary quartet. Like if you remember the Musketeer Pokemon from like generation, what was that? I think that was 5 that they had the Musketeer Pokemon in it. Now we get down to some of the Pokemon information, some of the nitty gritty. So first off, we start off with this shot right here of my boy Quaxly. I was a little bit worried when they were saying that this blurry piece of crap was Quaxly, and I was like, what is this? So then somebody kind of had like a, one of those crime scene artist renderings, like, is this the man that robbed you type of thing. And so looking at it like this, it looks good. It looks much better. I mean, he's still got the big, bouffant hairstyle type of deal, but, I mean, not bouffant, what is it? A pompadour type of deal, but that's a part of his character. The big eyebrows, I think, are a bit much, but so far, if it looks like this, it looks pretty cool. I dig this. Then we got this pink blur, which is said to be a Flamingo Pokemon, which that's kind of interesting. I mean, we've never had a Flamingo Pokemon before. I think Flamingo and Dolphin are 2 of the big common animals that everybody knows about that we never got Pokemon for. So it looks like we're going to get both of those in this generation. So this one right here looks like one of the main characters riding on, looks like Koraidon as a bike. So I think, now of course everybody kind of speculated this when they looked at Koraidon and looked like his chest looked like it was made by freaking Goodyear. Okay, it looked like a freaking tire. So everybody kind of speculated you would do this. Not to mention this game borrows heavily from Breath of the Wild, and Breath of the Wild, the last big quest gave you the bike that you ride around, Hyrule on. So of course the legendary Pokemon in this game would do something similar. This seems to be proof of that. Alright, so then this one right here, now I thought this was a joke because people put LOL all over it, which I don't understand what they're doing with messing with these pictures. I feel like the reason they're doing it is because maybe trying to stop it from getting DCMA'd, but just distorting the pictures like this is just kind of annoying. But this is supposedly the Girafarig Evolution. So now it looks like his tail is taking over his head, you know what I'm saying? Which is kind of interesting. I won't lie. I mean, it still looked kind of stupid, but it is an interesting take on this Pokemon. I think Girafarig is normal psychic, if I'm not mistaken, so that is definitely interesting. So then the new gimmick. So here's something a lot of people have been talking about, the gimmick in the game. So a lot of people saying that this purple skull has something to do with the gimmick in the game. Alright, so we see Lilip here, which is Cradilly's like pre-evolution, and we see it has this skull and crossbones over its head. And so a lot of people are like, okay, well, this is going to be the gimmick for the game. They're saying it doesn't necessarily give you the 3rd type, which, I mean, then what does it do then? Nobody's saying what it does. They're just talking about what it doesn't do, but they're not saying what it does. Even Riddler Q kind of said that, you know, it was kind of lame. And I was like, well, then can someone say what it does? We're leaking here. Why don't you just say it and stop dancing around? Like, but no. So it's essentially it maybe it gives you the attributes of what that type is. So like Lileep is a grass rock type Pokemon. All right, so maybe you can use the gimmick to give it the attributes of a poison Pokemon. So like say, you know, it would resist poison because it has the attributes of a poison type. I have no earthly idea. And they were just hella vague on this, which means either A, they don't know, or B, they don't know. But it's okay though. So that's about it for this though. If there's anything else that comes out, I will definitely make a video. I might even make another video today, even though I kind of started late for this video. But that's about it. Like, comment, subscribe, and as always, people, keep it real.